welcome to an incredible edition of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We're documenting the journey of amazing entrepreneurs, one digital footprint at a time. Today we are at the Tuck and Stick Resort 2016 I'm going to get this right. Micropigmentation.
Micropigmentation, yes.
Micropigmentation. This is your first event, right? For micropigmentation, right? For
Yes,
Bryce Cleveland's 2016 micropigmentation
First
seminar.
conference, yes.
Conference.
Yes.
Perfect. And with me, I have my new best friend.
I know
you're my new best friend because I got to say your name and I got to say it right. And I got to say it with the right action, right? Fabricio Werner de Almeida.
Yes, that's it. You got it.
How you doing, Fabricio?
I'm doing well. Glad to be here.
Tell me how you got involved. By the way,
Thank you.
It's so perfect. You know, I still look. We've done a lot of interviews today,
right.
and I still can't get over how amazing, how great, how natural,
Right.
the illusion of what I see. Because I was telling somebody in a previous interview, you know, we're getting so close, we're about like a foot away, and I'm like, any closer, your girlfriend or your wife is going to hit. But I'm looking at it, and I'm like, man, that's so very real. So tell me about your involvement and how you got involved into scalp-aesthetics and
Sure. This is how I got involved. I am a hairstylist. I've been in the business for 12 years. And at a young age, I started losing my hair. And that to me was the most devastating experience I've ever been through so far. I've done some research. I came across it. It won't hurt for me to go check it out. So we went into the location that I work at right now.
Did you, I'm sorry for interrupting,
Sure.
but did you look for alternatives?
Of course, yes.
Hair transplant.
Yes, I definitely
hair
did.
club for
Yes.
men. I mean,
Yes.
there's so many things.
Yes,
out there.
everything, toupees, Rogaine. At that time, there was no topic, but there was a fiber called Kamboki, which is before the topic. It was very primitive, which I also used, but disastrous. But to go back, this is how I got into it. So I came across, I did some research and I came across it, and I said, I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to see what it's all about. I fell in love with it. I got it done, and right after I got it done,
Where did you get it done?
in Bronxville, where I currently
okay.
work. Yeah.
All right.
So as soon as I got it done, the first thing I told the technician that did my procedure was, how do I get involved?
Let's give the technician a shout out. Who was
Her name is Angela. She's no longer with the company,
Okay.
but she's fantastic. She was great.
She does your procedure, and you transformed right there and then.
The same day, the first session, I wasn't even done, and I felt like a different person.
You walk differently.
I was more confident.
You talk differently.
Oh, absolutely. I was taller. You name it, I was. That day, you name it, I was. Everything that could possibly improve you.
The same day.
The same day, the first session. As soon as I looked at myself in the mirror, I was still a little red and swollen, and all. The first thing I asked was, "Wow, how do I get involved? How do I get involved?" Because I could already see the vision. I could already see where this was going. By the third session, you couldn't tell me anything. By the third session, I was a new person.
Wow. And so, all right. So this is how long ago?
This was roughly 2 years ago, I want to say. Yeah.
Just very recent. Now, this is 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, and I feel like, 2 years or 1 year in this industry is like dog years, right? Because it's the industry is so infant.
Right.
It's so new. And part of the reason of this conference is to spread the education, spread the word. Hey, we're here, and this is the best alternative that exists out there.
Yes, absolutely.
Incredible. So, all right. So you have this experience, and then you decide, I want a piece of this.
Absolutely.
I want to be part of this.
Absolutely. And also being in the salon, I came across a lot of men and women that were struggling not only with hair loss, but other cases as well, such as alopecia, or clients that have gone through chemo, or people that had scars from accidents or hair transplants. So I was coming across a lot of that as well. So this was just the solution for all of that.
You are in such a unique place. When somebody comes to you, I come to you and say, hey, I want my haircut and stuff, but I'm balding a little bit here and there, and can you make it so that I don't look too bold or things? And you hear the stories.
All the time, daily.
But now you can share your own experience to these
Right.
people and say, oh, by the way, this is what what?
Right.
Is that real?
It happens often. You know, what I also like to do with my clients is if you were sitting in my chair and you and I are having a consultation about your hair, I like to hear what all your options for bettering your hair as far as your aesthetics is concerned is. What have you researched so far?
What you've done?
And
Yes.
then I always come in, have you heard of, or what do you think of? Check this out. Before on a research, I plant the seed. This is what I do. I plant the seed and I tell them, Google this, check this out. Let me know in 3 weeks when I see you, let me know how this has, affected your interest in any way, or what do you think of this? And they all come back and they all have the same response. Wow, why haven't I heard about this before? I wanted you to see it on your own. Now I'll educate you on what it's about.
Right, and your job really is not so much of a job, but is your role, if you
Right.
will. Let me put it this way:
Sure.
as an evangelist, as an educator.
Right.
Because a lot of us might not know what the alternatives are out there. In fact, we might not know that micropigmentation is such a affordable
Right.
and permanent
Right.
solution vis-a-vis those other, magical things that we may see.
No, absolutely, yeah.
And not only that, Fabricio, but you're doing it right. We've heard today horror stories that people have come to artists such as yourself with botched jobs from other
Right.
companies,
Right.
and they've come to you, in desperation, going, "Can you fix this? Can you
Right.
fix?" Have you had that yourself?
Yes, a few actually. It's very interesting when somebody comes to you at that point. I try to be very realistic
Right.
with the approach, and I always educate them in what can be done and how can we get there and what do we need to do to get there. That's always the way that I try to approach it. Once you come from a botch job, you're already scared. You're already
Skeptical.
You're skeptical. You're traumatized. Whatever feeling you're going that's not positive towards it,
Sure.
you already have it.
Because now you think
Right.
you're painting the industry
Right.
with there's a very skeptical brush,
Right.
and what is going to make you
Different.
different?
Yeah. And now it's my job to convince you otherwise and to educate you that no, I can do the same thing and you will have a better result.
All you got to do is
Show up, yeah.
show up. I mean, that's really
No,
it.
yeah, I'm very fortunate. I do have, she was very good.
But you are, you're a hairy individual. I mean, you have
Right, I have a beard.
you
Yes.
have a beard and everything else. So when you started losing your hair, it must have been devastating for you
Most
because
of
of
my
the
hair.
fact that you can grow hair all over the place. Why not
Right.
up here?
Yeah. Very, very, very traumatizing.
What did you do? What did you do before? And I know you've been in the
Ooh,
hair salon
before
business, but what did you do before?
Before the micropigmentation,
Yes,
I mean.
yes.
I used color hairspray. I've used permanent markers. I have used hair fiber. You name it, I used to disguise it. I wear hats. Now, I still am a hat person, but I wear hats for the wrong reasons.
Right.
To conceal. I was just desperate for concealment, and I just wanted to make it go away. Well, I wanted to convince myself that it wasn't happening as it was happening.
And it's not just a physical concealment, right? Because you are psychologically concealing your personality. I mean, there is that person, Fabricio, the
Right.
Almeida, that is sitting here with me. That you have a very ebullient personality, very confident about yourself.
Right.
I mean, your shoes are perfect.
Thank you.
They're the best shoes that I've ever seen, and I hope that you can catch it. I mean, they're
Thank you.
phenomenal, man. I mean, they're great.
Thank you.
And so you exude this confidence about yourself that I can imagine people that go through the procedure with you the same day, like you're saying,
Right.
they are in that kind of same brotherhood, if you will.
Absolutely. Instant gratification.
Instant gratification.
Not only for them, but for you as an artist as well. You are able to share this, I want to say, lifestyle with somebody else. And now you and I are equal because we've experienced the same thing.
Right.
And we are on the same page and in a very relatable way.
Sure.
I relate to you, relate to me, and now we have a bigger bond than you thought we were going to have initially.
And also it's because the person that you have assisted in that transformation, Fabricio, you relate to that individual because both of you, at some point in time in your lives,
Right.
were desperate to come out in the sense of, I know I have this confidence inside of me.
Freedom.
Freedom. Thank you.
Freedom. And that's the key word. Whenever I have a consultation, whenever somebody comes into the office, I always say, are you ready for freedom? Are you ready to feel free of the hats and free from the toupees, free from the color hairsprays, permanent, whatever it is that you use to conceal that? Are you ready for freedom? And when they say yes, we high five and let's do this.
I knew when we started this conversation that there would be a word. It's weird, but I knew that there would be a word that would identify you in what you do, and that word is freedom.
Freedom.
Fabricio. Werner de Almeida.
Thank you.
I have an easy time with that one because of my Latin roots, brother. So I have a definitely easy time with that, man.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we love to follow your journey in the future and kind of just
Absolutely.
look you up maybe in about a year or
Absolutely.
so and see, hey, what are you doing, hey, man?
Yeah.
You probably own half of the United States with your
I hope so.
with your franchises. Well, that's what this is all about. That's what this conference is all about, is instilling that confidence in people, more confidence even, and to show you the way
Right.
to expand throughout the United States and throughout the globe. We've seen
Absolutely.
some people from all over the world today.
Very exciting
Fabricio,
stuff.
man, thank you very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
It was a pleasure.
Do me a favor, man.
Yep.
Take us out. So just say, we're out.
We're
Right
out.
there.
We're out.